Hey, back to the NFL thing. You've been on both sides of this now. What do NFL coaches appreciate in terms of feedback from college coaches, and what do you like to give them in terms of when you're talking about your players and being honest about what they can and can't do at the next level?
Yeah, they don't really need no one really wants as a college coach, my football evaluation of them as a football player, because they see that themselves, right? They don't need me to tell them how fast they are. I think at the end of the day, they really want to know, like, hey, what's his character like? What's his football character like? Meaning practice habits, taking care of his body. Is he going to be a pro? What's his how's he going to take care of his body? How's he going to learn? Will he play special teams? The good thing for me is because I had so many guys at like Temple and Baylor that kind of went on, and I had a lot of guys that were like late draft picks or free agents that have made it a long time because they were truly professional. When a guy comes in and says, like, hey, tell me about Quentin Newsome, I'm like, hey, he reminds me a lot of Nate. He reminds me a lot of Nate Hairston. He reminds me a lot of Tavon Young. They can put those projections together. But really, what they want from me is they want to know that football character, that note taking, that learning. That's the biggest thing at that level. If a guy's a first or second round pick, that's one thing. When you got the 3 down, it's tell me about these. And as I tell our guys, I'm going to be honest, completely transparent, because if I lie about one, I'm lying about them all, right? And then they'll never listen to me again. So, but we have great guys, and I think when people come watch us practice and see the way that we do things, it helps, because what you really want when you're trying to take a late round guy or a free agent is you want a guy that's going to practice. And so when people, we had one scout come in and said, man, you guys are the second hardest practicing team I've seen in college football. And I had him tell the team that, right? Because I think sometimes they look at me like, why are we practicing so hard? Well, you know what? When a guy comes up and it's going to be 2 names, and he looks at a guy from the University of Nebraska late or as a free agent, he knows, hey, these guys know how to practice. So those are the things they kind of ask. If there's a guy I know, obviously they'll ask me some more things about guys. But the base thing is that, like, what's the football character learning? If it's a first-round pick, maybe more about, Coach, once he has some money, is he going to continue to love the game, or is he love the game just to make some money? And so those are the things people are asking me.
Did it bother you that he said you were the second hardest?
No, I knew who the first team is, and we'll catch them. Yeah, we'll catch them. But it's University of Georgia. Yeah, and that doesn't mean Alabama's not ahead. That's going to go viral, and I'm going to have all these fan bases yelling at me. I'm just saying what another person said of the teams he's seen, but I know how Georgia practices, and that's it's been great to have MJ here to tell our guys, like, hey, on Thursdays when we come out, guys in baseball caps and we walk through, they're in shoulder pads and helmets. So this whole, like, coach, coach, like, we're a little beat up. Yeah, there's a cost. There's a cost to doing things that you haven't ever done before, and it's practice, man. So. Yeah, I am not saying we're the second hardest practicing team. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying a scout said that, and I had him say it to the team. But again, it's just the ethos out there of, like, you want people to know, like, hey, this is what a Nebraska guy is. Like, you come into a team meeting, and if you don't have a pen in your hand, or you come into a football meeting, you don't have a pen in your hand, you're out. Like, you're not in the meeting. So, like, when we have guest speakers come in to talk about life skills or something, they see all of our guys with pens and pads. They're like, what is this? Well, it's because I had a guy come in one time and say, Matt, I go to other teams and they take notes, and your guys don't take notes. And I was like, man, I'm failing these guys, because they're going to be taking notes someday at Google. They're going to be taking notes someday at the Washington Commanders. They better take notes here. So everything we do is designed to help them be pros in life or in football.